So today the topic is Ayurveda and consciousness, and it's a very interesting topic. Here we'll talk primarily on two points. The first one is how is Ayurveda fundamentally consciousness based? And the second point is why a lack of consciousness results in ill health. So these are two very important points for us to understand. So Ayurveda is derived from the Vedas, which are an ancient and eternal source of pure knowledge on all fields of life. Right? So Ayurveda is the science of life. Unfortunately, in today's terminology, it has translated into many things, such as Ayurveda is the science of medicinal plants or the science of plants. But Ayurveda is the science of life. And Ayurveda, in its full purity, is a holistic and consciousness-based system of health, was revived by His Holiness Sri Maharishi Mahesh Yogi Ji. Because Ayurveda was perceived as being just a system of healthcare based on medicinal plants. The consciousness aspect of it was missing. And Maharishi Ji revived the actual purity of Ayurveda to its full knowledge. Ayurveda is unique, prevention-oriented, natural, and evidence-based. It focuses on enlivening the innate intelligence and restoring the balance in the physiology. Right? So, as we all know, the entire universe is manifested consciousness. Right? Consciousness is primary and matter is the derivative. And all layers of energy and matters are carved out of consciousness. Modern physics also says that the entire universe is made up of vibrations. And these vibrations are nothing but the reverberation of consciousness, according to the Vedas. We experience the same in higher states of consciousness, when ultimately in unity consciousness, we realize that there is no duality, right? We experience oneness with the entire universe till the point that we realize that we are the universe and all of its manifested contents. This is when pure consciousness truly is experienced in all its glory. So here, in a very simple way, we can see that consciousness is primary, right? And matter is the derivative. Consciousness, and this is according to the Ayurvedic text, consciousness manifests the Panch Mahabhutas. The Panch Mahabhutas are the 5 primordial manifested elements making up the entire universe, right? These are as follows. We have space, which is Akash. We have air, which is Vayu. We have fire, which is Agni. We have water, which is Jal. And we have earth, which is called Prithvi. These Panch Mahabhutas are very important for us to understand, since the universe is made of, the entire Panch Mahabhutas. And it is essential for us to understand more about every action and reaction of the universal elements. So the knowledge of these are extremely important for us. The Panch Mahabhutas then derive the 3 doshas. A lot of you may have heard about, the 3 doshas, which are Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. So these 3 doshas are the governing principles of nature and are physiological processes in our body. The doshas are made up of a specific combination of the Panch Mahabhutas. For example, Vata is made of air and space. Pitta is made of fire and water. And Kapha is made of water and earth. Now, Vata is responsible for movement, communication, and transportation in our physiology, right? In our body. Pitta is responsible for transformative functions and digestion. Kapha is responsible for structure, cohesion, and lubrication. So when these three doshas are balanced, they promote the body's inner intelligence. And when they're out of balance, they obstruct the body's inner intelligence. Every physiology will have a predominance of a dosha or their combination. This is called Prakriti. Now, Prakriti, or the constitution of our body, also determines many factors such as physiological strength and weaknesses, mental tendencies, immunity, digestive capabilities, etc. We all know that all of us are born different, right? And that is our Prakriti. The balance and the composition of Vata, Pitta, and Kapha, they may be slightly different in each of us. And that makes all of us unique. And Ayurveda is the only healthcare system in the world which treats every single individual as a unique individual, right? The treatment protocol, modules may be very different for someone having a headache or someone having a digestive imbalance, because every single one of us have a different combination of Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. So why do imbalances happen? Right? Why do Vata, Pitta, and Kapha go out of balance and create ill health? Ayurveda explains pragya aprad as the number one primary reason why we experience a detrimental state of health. Now, pragya aprad literally means mistake of the intellect. When one is being ignorant or one is not aware or conscious. So the root of imbalances, the root of all imbalances is pragya aprad. Pragya means intellect and aprad means mistake. This principle in its wholeness can be translated as mistake of intellect, being ignorant or not being aware or conscious. So since consciousness is primary, and therefore, without being conscious, we are bound to make mistakes and therefore cause ourselves harm. When a person does not live according to natural law, he or she starts creating imbalances in their physiology. And therefore, these imbalances are the cause of all diseases. This is the main point for today, because it's very important for all of mankind to understand that because violating the principles of natural law will result in disease, destruction, and imbalances. And living according to natural law will result in perfect health, bliss, and enlightenment for the individual as well as the society. Therefore, higher the consciousness, the more powerful the thoughts and feelings, and greater the bliss. So therefore, it's a very important point for all of us to know and understand that pure consciousness is the reservoir of all of our bliss, our mental potential, our intelligence, creativity, and organizing power. As pure consciousness rises inside us, we experience many remarkable changes, and the absolute shines its light on us. Our thoughts become more powerful, as well as our decisions become more in accord to natural law. It's a very simple saying that in today's society, mankind has lost touch with nature. We may eat differently, we may live differently, we may think differently, and all of these things may be a violation of nature. And therefore, it's very important to understand that when we meditate, our decisions, our choices, all of our thinking goes in the right direction. So when we're meditating, we are experiencing Ayurveda in a way. We're living according to the Ayurvedic ways of life. So therefore, meditating is the way of getting right decisions and not having the mistake of the intellect. Therefore, conscious living is extremely important. And transcendental meditation is the simplest form of meditation, the simplest thing that we can do for us to make correct decisions for our life. So the bigger picture, the main goal of Ayurveda is to enliven the self-referral mechanism, which is the proper functioning of inner intelligence, so that one can prevent disease, restore balance, and maintain health. So thank you. I'll be open to questions if you have any. So Gauravji, if there are any questions, I will be willing to answer them.
Okay, so I have one question to ask from you. It's my curious question from my side. Can you give some examples of pragya aparadh in Ayurveda or in any context?
Pragya aparadh, well, it's actually a very, very simple thing to do, and mostly everyone is doing that. Pragya aparadh is, for example, eating late at night is a pragya aparadh. Or
Okay.
a lot of people are, for example, smoking. They know that it's harmful for them, but they still do it. So anything which is causing a harm to us, and any decision we make despite knowing that it is harmful for us, is pragya aparadh.
And knowing that, knowing the fact that it is harmful, but still we are doing that, that is called a pragya aparadh.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Right.
And that's why consciousness is very important. When
Got
we
it.
raise our consciousness levels, we know that, yes, what we are doing is wrong. And therefore, we don't cause that mistake of the intellect.
Right. Okay. And I think there is one question. How to balance all the three doshas that that you have shown it to us?
So balancing all these doshas, well, that is the gist of Ayurveda. However, it's very important that some people may have a imbalanced vata, some people may have an imbalanced pitta, some people may have an imbalanced kapha, or some people may have two doshas which are imbalanced. So this is actually a very, very long, let's say, topic. However, Ayurveda says the simplest thing one can do to balance all three doshas is take an early morning walk. So that is one thing that we can do, which is free of cost and is the easiest to balance all the three doshas.
Right. Okay. So thank you, Lakshmanji, for giving your time, and we always look forward to you for some future videos about Ayurveda. So thank you, and Jai Gurudev. Jai Gurudev, everyone, to everyone.